Welcome back to Exposed. The Kahnawake Summer Student Employment Program offers students from high school to university different job opportunities during the summer.
So 14 high school students received a job this summer through the program. We spoke to one of them, Tawnie Lahache, who actually just graduated from high school.
So let's take a look at her experience this summer.
So we're here today with Tawnie Lahache. She's currently employed by Step Child and Family Center as a summer student. Let's take us to your classroom.
Okay.
What are some of your responsibilities as a summer student?
I basically do everything that like a normal teacher does. Like I have to play with the kids. Like you teach through play basically. Like read stories, go outside, we go for walks. Like everything like a normal teacher does basically.
And why did you apply for this job? Were you going to school for something like child studies or?
No, I'm starting CJEP next week at Marinopolis, and I'm going for international studies. Doesn't really have to do with kids, but I always like kids, and I never really got to like actually work with kids, so I wanted to try something new.
What are the age ranges that you've been working with?
2 to 3.
Did you find any challenges working here?
Not really. Well, changing diapers, I guess, was a little challenge because I never did that before I came here. But now, like, no, not really.
And after experience, do you think this may be a field for you, or?
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about maybe switching, but we'll have to see if I like international studies, and if not, then I'm thinking about switching into this.
Overall, what do you think of Tehokwirathe Summer Student Employment Program?
I like it a lot. It's like very like organized, and I don't know, I just like love this job. It was so fun, everything about it.
What was your favorite part?
The kids. I don't know, they're all so cute. Like look. I don't know. Like just like playing with the kids and like getting to know them.
Are you satisfied with the salary rate that Tehokwirathe provides? Or did it not matter?
Well, it didn't really matter, like getting paid to like have fun basically. Like I don't find this job boring like at all. So it's like, I'd like coming here even like just to volunteer. So it's like getting paid is just like a bonus.
Do you have any advice for other students about taking a summer job?
You should do something that you actually think that you would enjoy, not just for the pay. Because I could have got a job that like paid like a lot more than this, but I wouldn't really be getting like, I don't know, I'd be getting like a different kind of experience. Like this is like, I'm like learning every single day, like something new from these kids, and it's like, you should do something that like you could get something out of.
Well, thank you for coming on the show, and good luck in CJEP next semester.
Thank you.
Well, Jessica, she really seemed to enjoy her experience at Step Child and Family Center. So did you end up interviewing anybody else?
I did. I went to interview Curran and Marcus Saylor. They were the heads-up facilitators at Tehokwirathe.
So what do you think of Tehokwirathe Summer Student Employment Program?
I think it's awesome. I have done it this is my 3rd year being employed through the program. And I don't know, I think it's a really good idea because it's kind of like I always look forward to knowing that I have the opportunity to get a job. Like there's not other places that you can do that. I definitely want to encourage more students. Like, there's tons. Like, you know, when we're applying for jobs and you hear about all the people that are applying, it's like, wow, when did all these like students start going to CJEP and university? But I think like I really I really, as a student, as an older student who's been in the program, encourage other people to come out and apply for jobs, because it's kind of like, if you're hired, it's kind of like being given a free experience to gain experience, you know what I mean?
This is my first year doing it, and I think it's a great way to actually get students into the workforce a little bit, like, because there's not that many people that want to hire summer students because they want somebody that's going to be there all the time. But this gives all the students an opportunity to just get a job that they can have for the summer and work through that, and just be able to go back to school with some money in their pockets too, to actually make it a little easier.
So why did the two of you apply for this job at Tehokwirathe as a heads-up facilitators in their small business services department?
In my future, I would like to be a developmental psychologist, and part of that is working with adolescents. So this was my first chance I ever got to actually work with adolescents.
And how about you? Does it relate to what you're studying at school as well?
For the most part, I mean, not so much the business aspect of it, but the working with teenagers. I do intend to eventually get my education degree and work with teenagers. So that gave me that experience. I guess I kind of took this job because I've worked in a lot of different places working with kids and teenagers, and so this was another opportunity for me to try something different.
So you mentioned money. What do you think of the salary rates?
I think they're pretty good, especially, well, what is minimum wage now? Like $9.50 maybe, $9.75.
About that.
I don't know, and that's the starting rate roughly for high school. So, but it's just cool because, like, where else am I gonna make like $12.50 an hour? You know what I mean? Doing this kind of job during the summer. I don't know. It's nice. It's a nice incentive too to want to go out and to work for some people.
What's a typical day at work like here?
Well, at first, it was a lot of sitting at my desk and calling people and trying to organize everything, which was intense. When we had the kids, though, it usually involved having a lesson first thing in the morning. We'd do lessons on, I don't know, like one that Marcus did in the morning was like on marketing, and then usually we'd do an activity after that. There was always a break too, which was cool, you know, give them a chance to breathe. And then sometimes we'd go on site visits in the afternoon, or, you know, try to mix up being here and going other places so it wasn't always consistent and constant.
Try and make it feel as little like a school as possible, because it does tend to get a little bit like that because you're actually sitting in a classroom. But we go on field trips too. I mean, it's only 3 weeks, but they get to go on 2 field trips, which is pretty good, I think. Because I know there's some programs that last a lot longer, they only go on 1 or 2.
So the two of you still being considered youth, do you find it's hard to be an authority figure to the youth you're working with?
Well, it's always hard when because like they're not that much younger than us, right? Like one of our oldest kids was 17, I think.
16.
No,
17?
Yeah, 17 was the oldest. And like I was 17, like what, like 3-4 years ago? So it's hard when you're young to establish that authority position and to maintain it. So yeah, there was it was challenging in that respect too, but I think that, you know, we did our best to get a handle on things as much as we could. Teenagers are a hard group to work with in general.
The younger ones though, the older ones are usually a little simpler, I found.
That depends. I don't know, I'm always trying to find new experiences in different places to try to, you know, gain my rapport with teenagers.
And how was the overall experience?
This job is intense. It's not intense in a negative way. There's a lot of work and a lot of responsibility. And I think it was a really good learning experience in terms of planning and organizing and dealing with teenagers every day. It's not something that I guess I'm used to doing. It was intense, but it was fun. We had fun.
It was a lot of fun because, well, we actually got to have fun with them instead of just like be on their case about things all the time. We actually get to do activities with them instead of just like monitoring them all the time. It's fun.
Well, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having
us. Yes.
Well, that program seems like very successful for students who are not ready for a real job yet, but want to get some working experience, you know. And with that, we're going to take a quick commercial break and be back with more Exposed.